just a refuge. This is where your life can restart.
Not a place to stay in hiding, but a shore to rest your heart.
You don't have to lose your memories to begin a softer part.
We will keep what you've been through and still make room for who you are.
Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart.
Early summer, quiet harbor, banners flutter by the pier. Someone reads the foreign letters, aftercare hub starts from here. Villagers in folded chairs hear words like network, global aid. But the sign above the cafe says it in a simpler phrase. On the hill they hang a board up, wood still smelling of fresh paint. Not resort, not healing, getaway, just the words we really meant. White on blue above the pathway, facing waves in village streets. Not a resort, a restart village,
catching sunlight, catching breeze.
First to step off from the shuttle, tired shoulders, careful eyes, firefighter who still startles when a distant horn runs high.
Next an engineer with notebooks, still half stuck in warning graph.
Then a shelter center worker who still checks each exit latch. None of them arrive as tourists, no one wears vacation smiles. They hold bags like they hold history.
Heavy quiet in a line.
From the dock our auntie fishmonger wipes her hands and waves them near.
Says we don't have fancy slogans,
but we do have simple meals.
In the hall the town is buzzing, plastic fans and lukewarm tea.
Will we turn into a backdrop for the world's sad
refugee?
Some say, is this just new tourism?
Pain is reason, see as frame.
Others smile and say,
or maybe we can show another way.
We stand up between the murmurs, salt still tangled in our hair.
You say we won't sell their stories,
we'll just sit with what they bear.
This is not a forget village,
not a blank page for their past.
This is where we add a chapter
that says
you are more than that. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart.
Not a room to shut the door on everything that broke your heart. We won't scrub out all your sirens,
we won't call that healing art.
We will let your past sit with you
while you find a different part. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart. On the pier you hold a camera, not to chase a viral frame. Softly speaking to the new ones, you don't even say their names.
This is not a place to erase what the alarms already wrote.
This is where you learn that story isn't the only thing you own.
You can keep the nights you trembled,
you can keep the things you saw,
but you're also still the person
who loves coffee, see and talk.
I watch faces slowly loosen as your words land with the breeze. Like the village puts an arm out saying, sit here,
you can breathe.
On the map I used to label streets by hazards and by speed. Now I mark the quiet corners where a tired heart can sleep.
No more plans for only shelter from the worst case on the news.
Now I sketch out places gentle where no one asks what you've been through.
You say I once drew cities to bring crowds and markets in.
Now I want white sand
teach me how to hold those who have seen. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart.
You are not just what you live through,
Not just headlines in the dark.
if you only came to hire,
Let the sea wind change your mind.
you can stay enough to notice you still laugh.
You still feel kind,
This village won't fix everything,
but it will stand where you fall.
and remind you that survivor
Isn't your only name to call. Not just a refuge, this is where your life can restart. Not just a refuge,
This is where your life can restart.
let's rewrite the sound of your life. One small noise at a time.
Let's rewrite the sound of your life.
One small noise at a time.
I was strong inside the fire, now I flinch at every chime.
You don't have to turn off hearing just to make it through the night.
We can mix the waves and laughter with the echoes of that siren.
Let's rewrite the sound of your life.
One small noise at a time.
Let's rewrite
The sound of your life.
one small noise at a time.
They all say I'm brave firefighter, name on medal's front page spread. But no headline shows the nights when just a horn can shake my chest. On the docks the harbor sirens wail for fog and coming storms. My whole body thinks it's Mayday, runs for exits, checks the doors.
When the town sets off small fireworks for a festival at sea, you're the one who ducks the loudest, looking for a place to breathe.
I can run into the burning, I confess, beside the sand. But a random burst of thunder makes me wanna hide my hands.
Fish still auntie throws you apron, come help me with morning trade. Hear the loudest sound at sunrise as the sea and sailors wave.
Seagulls fight above the crates and vendors shout each other's names. The alarms are boiling kettles, not red trucks and smoky haze. In the evenings, Donsik shows you to a quiet wooden room. Thicker walls and softer windows, curtains painted in sea blues. There's a view that shows the water, not the smokestacks far away. When the world starts sounding heavy, you can close this, that's okay.
Later by the rocky shoreline, phone in hand and waves behind. I say we can't erase the sirens, but we can change what plays in mind.
Let's record the sounds that scare you, not to torture but to see. If we slowly add new layers, can we soften where they ring?
You can be the main composer of the soundtrack in your head.
If the world keeps shouting danger, we'll lay laughter over it. Let's rewrite the sound of your life.
One small noise at a
Start with sirens, then add footsteps on a wooden floor at night.
Add the seagulls in the market, children chasing on the tide. Maybe next time when it hits me, it won't own this heart of mine.
Let's
Rewrite the sound of your life.
one small noise at a time. Let's rewrite
Let's rewrite the
sound of your life. One small noise at We hit record when harbor warnings test the speakers in the dawn. I don't look at you, just listen, let it pass and then it's gone.
Then I capture kids on shorelines making sand pals shouting, look.
Even auntie slamming cutting boards, all the sizzle from her hook. Soft guitar from someone's porch steps, dog nails tapping on the ground. You line all these little moments next to sirens in the sound. On your screen the waveforms mingle, red with blue and safe or scared. You press play and for the first time pain and comfort both are there.
I thought healing meant deleting every trigger from my days, but the world won't stop for me now, storms and fireworks won't fade.
I was scared that if I heard the mic go straight back to the flame, so I try to live in silence like I'd left myself in there.
You don't have to choose between deafness and that burning sound.
She says softly, eyes on wavelines,
moving gentle up and down.
we can let the fear stay honest, but surround it with new things, like a siren in the distance under seagulls under wind.
Let's rewrite the sound of your life,
One small noise at a time.
you're allowed to keep the crackle of the blaze you left behind.
Bubble stitching, cutting cutlery, friends will call you by your name, so the next time thunder finds you, it will not be all the same.
You don't have to be the hero every time the volume climbs.
Here you're just a man who's learning how to sleep
When things are fine, let's rewrite the sound of your life,
one small noise at a time.
let's rewrite the sound of your life, one small noise at a time. Let's rewrite the sound of your life, one small noise at a time.
You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart.
You can save 1,000 others,
But you live like you're still stuck.
every city has your arrows,
Every route avoids the dark, but your mornings start at 5 and never ask you how you are.
you've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart.
You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart. I arrive with just one suitcase and a laptop in my hand, say I'm only here a short while. I can work from sea or land. Before sunrise, pen is moving, screens already full of lines, evac maps from different countries, every detail, every time.
While the harbor's barely waking, you've done half a city's plan. Coffee cools beside your elbow, you don't notice where you stand.
Villager set up for breakfast, you walk past with tired eyes. Body here in White Sand Village, mind still under siren sky. On the hill, Don Sick just watches, sees himself from years ago, and his hands refuse to tremble if they stayed on graphs and code.
He asked, do you ever sleep and let the sunrise come alone?
You half laugh and say, if I stop now, what if something else goes wrong? I have friends in other cities, trusting routes I helped design. If I rest and then a leak hits, how could I forgive my mind?
Your voice sounds like quiet sirens, never resting, never cured, like you built a cage from duty and locked yourself in for good.
So I slide a phone toward you across the little cafe bar.
Say I have a different project, no alarms and no rough charts.
Make a vlog while you are here, but the rules are strange and strict.
You can't film a single meeting, can't show screens or warning clips.
You can only shoot 3 moments: when you eat, when you just stare, when you nap,
And when you're laughing, proof that you were really here.
You blink twice like I'm not serious, like I'm stealing all your tools. But the village aunties cheer it, yes, for once don't work, just chew.
You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart.
You know every shelter's layouts,
But not where your restarts are.
I don't know how to stop moving
When the graphs keep climbing up,
but your lens waits at the table.
like a gentle kind of push. You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart. You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart.
first clip filming chopsticks, but you're not a good post, just that. I just sit and daydream on a bench beside the bay. Camera stares at me in silence while the boat's rocking the waves.
People watch and leave strange comments.
Is he okay? He's not at work?
Never seen his hands not typing, kinda nice, kind of a shock.
Third day, sun is high and heavy. I lie down just for a sec. Phone is propped against a teacup, catching shadows on my neck.
I don't mean to fall asleep there,
but the wind feels like a hand.
When I wake, the clip's still rolling,
and my head was on my arm.
That small video hits the network. Nothing happens, just you breathe.
And the feed fills up with messages
like waves across the screen.
Look, he finally closed his eyes.
Our engineer is just a man.
You drew exits for our families.
Please draw one for you too.
Dunk 6 miles and sits beside me on the steps outside that day.
Says you've drawn enough escapes now.
There is one more left to make.
Every line you traced for strangers was a door out of the dark.
Now it's time to sketch a pathway from your duty to your heart.
You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart.
All those cities know your layouts.
All those drills bear your mark.
If I can design the thousands routes to leave when sirens start,
can I learn to write one simple map that leads me to my calm?
The small village won't demand you
prove your worth with sleepless nights.
Here the bravest thing you're doing
is to stop and close your eyes. You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart. You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart. You've drawn every escape, but not the way back to your own heart. You don't have to be brave.
You're allowed to just be a child.
You don't have to be brave. You're allowed to just be a child.
You were strong when no one asked you. Now you're safe to fall apart.
All those nights inside the shelter don't have to be your whole life.
We can draw a different ending where your house has space for light.
You don't have to be brave. You're allowed to just be a child.
You don't have to be brave.
You're allowed to just be a child.
They come in with careful smiles, parents saying he's just fine.
He won't talk about that evening. Kids forget these things in time.
But at night behind thin curtains, little feet kick at the sheets.
In his dreams the hall lights flicker, rows of cots and metal seats.
In the daytime at the cafe, paper spreading colors out. Every drawing starts with ceilings, emergency arrows, crowds, tents and numbers on the pillars, volunteers in orange vests. On each page the same long hallway, never once a quiet bed.
So I set up cardboard houses, toys and boxes in a row. Say today you are the director. You decide where stories go.
We can film your great escape if that's what you wanna tell.
But I'm most excited, honestly, for the after you know well.
He lines figures in a circle, action man and paper friend. Says this one's me when sirens started.
This is mom.
This is the fence.
Then he pauses by the camera, moves the toys to different ground.
This is us when it stops raining.
This is our new, safer town.
He builds windows with no crack lines, puts a dog beside the door, adds a bookshelf by the corner, draws a soft mat on the floor.
Then we roll a simple close-up, just his face and steady frame. I ask gently, anything you want, said in your own name.
He looks down and back to lens line, voice still small but firm and clear.
Says that day they called me brave kid,
but I only wanted years where no one needs me to be hero. No one claps when I don't cry.
I don't wanna be the strong one,
I just want a normal life.
My hand shakes around the phone glass as his words hang in the room.
Being brave is not your homework,
I whisper, it's what you already gave too soon. You don't have to be brave, you're allowed to just be a child.
You've already done the hardest thing, you survived that longest night.
Let the grown-ups fix the systems, let the walls be someone's task.
Your new job can be get messy,
Draw the sun and laugh out loud. You don't have to be brave, you're allowed to just be a child.
You don't have to be brave,
you're allowed to just be a child.
On the porch with pens and rulers, I unroll an empty sheet.
Say, let's plan your dream house layout,
not the shelter where you sleep. Show me where the safest corners, where the secret base would hide.
We can add a little bunker, but we'll put the slide outside.
He draws thick, bright colored stairways, adds a ladder to a loft,
Marks a room just for his comics,
marks another,
rain won't cross.
then he circles one small closet,
Labels it emergency,
but the rest is all inventions.
rope swings, stars, and climbing trees.
I ask, do you need more exits?
He says maybe, but not much.
I just want a place where warnings
Don't shout louder than my stuff. Later parents watch his movie, see the house he built on screen.
see the shelter in first chapter,
But the second's warm and clean.
they had thought that not discussing meant his heart had moved along.
Now they see he's been still living in that hall this whole time long.
We don't force him to be grateful,
Don't say others had it worse.
we just promise from now forward.
You don't carry this one first. You don't have to be brave, you're allowed to just be a child.
You can cry if thunder shakes you,
You can ask us, hold me tight,
we will stand between the sirens,
and the pillows by your side,
let your nightmares slowly soften.
into stories you rewrite.
Being brave is not your duty,
It's a price you've paid already,
from today our grown-up promises.
to guard your ordinary. You don't have to be brave, you're allowed to just be a child.
You don't have to be brave,
You're allowed to just be a child. You don't have to be brave,
You don't have to be brave.
You're allowed to just be a child. You don't have to be brave. You're allowed to just be a child.
You don't have to be brave. You're allowed to just be a child.
You were
A gentle, slightly weary seaside. A gentle, slightly weary seaside duet for the villagers who have been catching everyone else's trauma, and finally admit they also get tired, learning that they can pause being healers and just be ordinary people again.
Even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
Even local hearts get tired
When the world keeps landing here.
We've been holding all these stories till our own are hard to hear.
We are more than quiet helpers. We are people with our days.
Some nights we don't wanna heal you, we just wanna sell our fish and stay.
Even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
Even local hearts get tired
When the world keeps landing here.
every week. New bags roll in, faces lined by ash and smoke. They sit down inside the cafe, say, I heard this place brings hope.
Fish stall auntie pours them soup and listens more than she eats. Night by night she learns of fires, rising waves and broken streets.
On the pier the older neighbors quiet when another stranger comes. They had only meant to gossip about tides and daily sums. Now they nod and pour out soju, hear of cities far away. Tiny harbor, single main street holds the world's heaviest days.
One late morning in the market, crates of mackerel gleam in rows. Auntie sighs between her shouting as the cold seawater flows.
Says I used to just yell prices, argue over weight and scale. Now it feels like every customer brings a story like a gale. I'm just someone selling seafood, how did I become safe here?
Why does every bag of clams come with someone else's fear?
Her hands move in steady rhythm, but her shoulders carry stone. Famous now for quiet kindness,
Yet she feels she stands alone.
on the hill we check the whiteboard full of check-ins, times and names.
In a margin small and scribbled,
Don't forget the host get drained.
we designed this place's resource, called it Aftercare Hub Bright.
Like their listening had no limit, like their hearts could take all night. We've been treating this small village like an endless gentle spring,
Never asking who refills it.
who holds them when it runs thin. You turn toward me in the hallway, voice a half-guilty confession.
If we don't protect the locals,
What exactly are we rescuing?
even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
They're not background for our healing, not just props inside our tears.
If we lean on them forever, never count what they have paid, then this place we call a haven only takes and never trades. Even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
Even local hearts get tired
When the world keeps landing here.
So we gather in the meeting hall, plastic chairs and humming lights.
We'll carve out one night a week here. That is only village life.
No disaster talk on Fridays, no new scar on the center stage.
Only stories from the fish stalls, boats and classrooms, garden days.
We invite the ones who rested here.
Firefighter, engineer.
Tell them if you wanna thank them.
Cook or sing for them right here.
The same hands that brought you comfort, bowls of soup on shaking days,
now deserve to sit and listen
while you sing for them and play.
Fish stall auntie takes the mic stand, apron still around her waist.
Tonight I'm not your counselor,
I'm the owner of this place.
She says we were never born with some duty to heal your scars. Some days I can simply choose to just be a woman selling chart. The room ripples into laughter, some wipe tears they didn't plan.
For a moment, hub feels human, not a program, not a brand. Even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
So we'll draw a line for resting
where their worries disappear.
We will give them nights of nothing but their laughter,
songs and dreams.
Let the ones once called
supporters
feel supported.
In between,
they don't owe us endless kindness.
They can say, not now, I'm done.
They can close their stalls at sunset.
Watch the waves like everyone. Even local hearts get tired when the world keeps landing here.
Even local hearts get tired
when the world keeps landing here. Even local hearts get tired
when the world keeps landing here. A determined duet for two people who learned how to save lives under sirens, but are terrified of loving someone in the quiet. And for everyone who needs to hear that surviving disaster doesn't cancel their right to live inside a love song.
We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
We deserve a love that sings after all
the sirens fade.
We deserve a love that
sings after all the sirens fade.
Not just holding hands in chaos, then pretending we're okay.
I don't want a heart on standby, only beating when it's late.
I want mornings buying fish balls, fights and making up by waves.
We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
We deserve a love that sings after
all the sirens fade.
How they met, why they're afraid now. We first met inside a hallway underneath fluorescent lights. You passed blankets, I checked pulses, counting breath through endless nights. Every time the alarm started, we just ran. We didn't think you would hold the exit open while I checked you couldn't leave. People called us perfect partners, whispered jokes about our match, said you two should just get married after all these storms are past. But when cities turned back normal and the tents were packed away, we went quiet in the daytime like we lost our right to stay. Back in separate tiny rooms with our uniforms inside drawers, I kept telling you, you better find someone not on call.
Someone safe who works in daylight, not on shifts that might not end. I've seen too many sudden goodbyes, I don't want that for you again.
You said if one day I don't answer, I don't want you stuck with me. You deserve a simple romance, not a walking casualty. So we stayed up, stepped behind and never naming what we felt. Carried each new near-miss story like a reason not to tell.
When the sirens scream, I tell you, I just fear, do I go in?
Whose life can I hold together?
What's my limit? Where's the line?
But when all the noise is over, when the speakers go to sleep, I'm more scared of sitting near you and admitting what I need. Every time we walk the shoreline, I can feel the words I hide. I have watched too many last breaths where the truth came late in time.
If I've seen how fast a moment can erase a whole decade,
why am I still playing distant?
like I've got some time to waste. We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
Not just glances in the doorway when we think it's not too late.
We are more than on-call heroes, more than they survive that day.
We are people who buy dinner, say dumb jokes and stay too late.
We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
We deserve a love
that sings after all the sirens fade.
Hiring points a lens, tortoise says no suits, no rings tonight. I don't want some perfect picture, I want sidewalks, messy light.
We buy fish balls from a cart stand, argue which stall tastes the best. You complain the sauce is spicy, I still bite some, smear your vest.
By the shore we start an argument about nothing, like the wind. You say you don't take this serious, I say I'm just scared to win. She keeps filming as we soften, as our shoulders slowly drop. Catches me, reach for your fingers when I think the frame has stopped. Later sitting on the seawall, don't see cleans and cuts it clean. You have seen so many deaths where the last words came too late. You've heard all the I should have told you whispered into fading air.
And you still act like it's nothing when she's sitting right back there. Rin checks still playback, smiling, shakes her head and softly says, you're not people made of sirens, you're allowed a different track.
We're not born to live in mornings, only running, only dread. You don't only live in sirens.
You have every right to live in songs instead. We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
I'm still scared the next call takes you,
but I'm more scared not to say.
If tomorrow never finds us,
let it not be left unsaid.
Let our ordinary moments be the loudest words we meant.
When the warning lights fall silent and the harbor night feels kind,
we can choose to stand here shaking,
still reach out and intertwine. We deserve a love that sings after all the sirens fade.
We deserve a love that sings after
all the sirens fade. After all the sirens fade. Let's live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
Let's live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
No alerts, no flashing warnings, just the tide and you and me.
If we only breathe in sirens, we're not really breathing free.
So for once let every heartbeat follow waves instead of screens.
Let's live one day
like the world is only made of this sea.
Let's live one day like the world is only
made of this sea.
There's a strange, suspicious quiet hanging over town and bay.
No more drills or test announcements, no new updates, no new dates.
Phones lie flat on cafe tables, no red banners, no new graphs. But the ones who've known the worst news keep on waiting for a crash. Firefighters in plain t-shirts scan the skyline out of habit.
Nurses flinch when boats blow whistles like a phantom, ghosted static.
Every calm breeze feels like warning, every blue sky feels too clear. We have been on edge so long now, we don't trust a peaceful year. So I stand up in the meeting with a notebook in my hand, say we can't control what happens, but today we choose a plan. One full day of no alarm time, one slow schedule by the sea. No discussion of disasters,
No refreshing endlessly.
no alert apps in your pockets, put them face down, turn them off.
If the world ends in these 12 hours,
At least once we love this coast.
they half laugh like it's a joke line.
Like I've asked for something wild.
Living one day without checking feels more risky than the sirens.
You say softly by the doorway,
If we only live in fear,
then our pulse is just a countdown.
to the next time we're not here.
If our hearts jump only higher when the warning system screams, then we're breathing just to wait for one more way to leave the scene.
So let's write a different schedule.
Even if it feels unreal,
Let's design a day that isn't built
on what if something kills.
Let's live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
No just in case on repeat.
No disaster on the screen.
If we stay on red forever, we forget how green can feel.
We deserve at least one sunrise. That's not checking if it's real. Let's live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
Let's live one day
Like the world is only made of this sea.
Morning finds us on the shoreline with our phones all powered down. Someone's thumb keeps twitching upward like it's looking for a sound.
One X-Matic taps her pocket, last my hand forgot the rule.
I keep wanting to check numbers that don't change the sky or pool. Kids throw stones and chase the ripples. For once no one calls them back.
A retired dispatcher squints hard at the clouds, then just relaxing.
In the afternoon we wander, no one talks of if it hits.
We trade recipes and secrets, favorite songs and little tricks.
For some people it's their first time watching sunset start to fall.
Without thinking, will this color mean a warning for us all?
I keep filming hands and faces reaching for the phone.
The night.
There's a courage in resisting even one more anxious thought.
You all look like borrowed soldiers learning how to lay things down.
I say quietly, then add one line that makes them turn around.
I can't promise no more siren, can't say nothing that'll be.
But I know if we don't practice peace,
Then fear is all we'll see.
if we only know existence in the pitch of warning's pitch,
Then alive just means still waiting for the next time we might slip.
so at least try living one day
Like the world is just this short,
like the only task you're holding.
is to taste this day once more.
Let's live.
Live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
I will put my lens down sometimes.
Just to watch you next to me.
If tomorrow brings back sirens, we'll remember we had this,
One small day
where we were more than every risk we couldn't fix.
we are not just people on call.
Waiting for the worst to start.
We are also those who get to sit and hear our quiet hearts. Let's live one day like the world is only made of this sea.
Let's live one day
Like the world is only made of this sea. Let's live one day like the world.
a season finale duet for everyone who once ran under sirens and now has to learn how to live in their echo. Firefighters, engineers, children, migrants. And for the little village that stays open as proof that after the alarms stop, people are still here, trying to live well again.
After the sirens, we're still here, trying to live well again.
After the sirens, we're still here, trying to live well again. Not just names on old evacuation forms, but hands that cook and mend.
We were once the ones who ran, now we're learning how to stay.
In the quiet after warnings, we are slowly finding ways.
After the sirens, we're still here, trying to live well again.
After the sirens, we're still here,
Trying to live well again.
in the city, in a locker, there's a pebble from our shore. Firefighter folds his jacket, tucks that stone in like before. When the station horn is idle and the trucks stand in a row, he can feel the white sand shoreline sitting quietly in his coat. In a new and distant office, maps of streets on foreign walls. An engineer draws exit routes for a place he barely knows. Pinned beside the glowing monitors, one small sunset photograph. White sand bay and fading orange, proof that rest is more than luck.
Every line he draws for others now remembers where he healed. Every arrow toward a shelter knows a village made it real.
In a classroom far from beaches, one small hand holds marker tight. Safe route written on the whiteboard, kids leaning from left and right. He unfolds his crumpled drawing, roads from home to higher ground. Says, I learned this in a village, now I'll show you how it sounds. At a worksite by a highway, dust and concrete fill the air. A man gathers fellow workers by the scaffolds, by the stairs. He draws arrows in the gravel, circle spots that used to swarm. Says, if something ever happens, this is how we leave as one.
He remembers signs and languages that he rarely got to see.
Whispers,
White sand didn't own me, it just gave this back to me.
back in town, the cafe chalkboard leans against the wooden door. Letters simple, no big logo, just the words we wrote before. Aftercare village is open for those who once ran. You're welcome to rest here.
Not a promise you'll forget it, not a claim you won't recall, just a gentle open sentence.
If you need us,
Here we are. After the sirens, we're still here, trying to live well again.
these small tables, these short shorelines hold the stories you once held.
You can leave and you can carry what you learned to other streets.
But this village keeps a light on if you need another seat.
After the sirens, we're still here, trying to live well again.
After the sirens, we're still here,
Trying to live well again.
on the rooftop, wind is softer than in all the drills we've known. No more countdown on the loudspeakers, just the hum of distant homes.
I used to only lift my camera when the warning lights would spin,
When alarms were our beginning,
when my job was capture this.
now even without a siren, people hand me all their days.
Let me film them buying coffee, hanging laundry, being safe.
I once only drew the city for the route that led you out. Every blueprint was an arrow, run this way when fear gets loud. Now I wanna trace the pathways that lead back instead of through. Roads that end at kitchen windows, roads that end at hearts renewed.
We stand side by side in silence,
Watching harbor lights blink low
no one waiting for an anomaly.
on a status screen to show
I was always there to film it,
when the worst came close to here.
now without the flashing symbols.
You still let me keep you near. I spent years designing exits,
Thinking safety meant escape.
now I know that drawing homewards is the bravest map I've made.
You turn half a smile, half trembling.
Speaking to the gentle wind,
After the sirens, we're still here,
not just survivors.
we begin.
After the sirens, we're still here,
Not as survivors alone.
we are neighbors, friends, and lovers.
Try to build a softer home.
If the next world sends out warnings, we will listen, we will run.
But we won't forget these evenings.
When the danger was in front,
We will pass this little village
like a lantern hand to hand.
as the network slowly widens
into many safer lands.
after the sirens. We're still here,
Trying to live well again.